Please rise for the playing of the national anthem and the alma mater.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Western Gymnasium for tonight's matchup between the KC Eagles and your Farrell Steelers. Visiting team is coached by...
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to another Farrell Steelers boys high school basketball game. Tonight, your Steelers will take on the Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles. For the Golden Eagles, as of recent, it has been Skylar Thomas putting up a plethora of points. He is averaging 15.7 a night. He has 26 made threes on the year, 70% shooter from the charity stripe. Behind him, it is the transfer from Sharon, Malik Lampkins-Rudolph with 13.1 points per game, 14 threes made on the year. He's a 69% free throw shooter. They got the young junior Elijah Harden putting up 12.6 a game. He's got 26 made threes on the season. He's 56% from the charity stripe. Dejon Young, a sophomore, 11.9 points a game, 7 made threes on the year, 72% from the free throw line. And they also have Gio Magestro, a lights-out three-point shooter, can shoot the ball like his brother Drew used to for the Golden Eagles. And as well as his sister Malia, who currently is playing at YSU. They were winning when I last checked. Gio Magestro putting up 10.3 points a game, 32 made threes on the year. That leads the team, and he's 80% from the charity stripe. For the Steelers, Omar Stewart has put up 9.6 points per game, 69% from the charity stripe. Trian Holden, 8.9, so about 9 points a game, 3 made threes on the year. Lamont Samuels, 7.5 points a night, 5 made threes on the year. Christian Hartley, 6.1 points a night, 5 made threes on the year. And Jamin Holden with 2.4 points a night and 4 made threes on the year. And he has yet to miss a free throw this year. For the jump ball, we're going to have Omar Stewart and Skylar Thomas, the senior, senior and a junior. Thomas the senior, Stewart the junior. The tip goes to Hartley. Hartley gets it over to Holden, back out to Hartley. Hartley gives it to Samuels, and he'll go through to initiate the offense. Ball comes out to Holden. Holden had a little bit of space guarded by number 3. That's Magestro. Samuels now guarded heavily by Rudolph. Tried to go for the steal, didn't get it. Harden almost got a steal, won't go. Hartley has it. He passes to Holden. Holden off the glass, drops it for 2, and we're on the board. For Kennedy, Rudolph bringing it up now, and he gives it to Magistro. Inside pass to Young. Had it swatted by Stewart, and a foul will be called. Dejon Young's first free throw will fall. Again, free throws falling for him is normal. 72% shooter from the line. He gets both of them to go. We are knotted up at 2. Hartley bringing it up the court. The Steelers in need of a big win coming off of quarantine due to COVID-19 concerns. Inside pass goes to Stewart, couldn't get it off the rim. Rebound Skylar Thomas, he pushes up to Magistro, just a little bit ahead, probably would have had a 3. Didn't have the opportunity. Cross-court pass goes to Rudolph, he fakes down, back out to Young. Young sends it to the corner to Magistro. Magistro has it, brings it back out to Young, and they're gonna calm things down and run a play. Lampkins Rudolph now with the ball. He's wearing the 5 for the Golden Eagles. Young's wearing the 12. Inside pass intended for Thomas, knocked away by Samuels. Holden comes up with it, sends it to Hartley. Hartley back to Samuels. Samuels fakes the 3, goes up, a mid-range jumper off the side of the backboard, will not go. Harden on the rebound, behind the back, has it stolen by Hartley. Hartley up to Samuels. Samuels in a 2-on-1 situation with Holden. Holden off the glass and in. Both Holden boys scoring to begin the game. And Lampkins Rudolph now going to walk it up. Jamin Holden switching numbers. I think he's wearing number 25, normally wearing number 5. And Gio Magistro for 3. That one came from the Sharon Steel Mill, got stuck in the rim. Farrell will take over. 4-2 to score. And man, oh man, what a game this is going to be. And Magistro inside pass, got Harden in the corner. Harden's up for 3, it won't go. Rebound, Jamin Holden. He gets it out to Hartley. And Hartley has it stolen. Magistro tried to go up off the backboard, wouldn't get it to go, didn't have enough on it. Hartley with the rebound, fakes it over to Samuels. This time he goes to Samuels. Samuels now gonna walk it across the timeline. And he's calling out a play. He sends it back to Hartley. Hartley back to Samuels. Samuels now over to Holden. Holden, cross-court pass has Hartley. Hartley on the drive, up, under, and in for 2! Big game feel here tonight, as it should be. Harden's going to go cross-court to Magistro on the opposite wing. Back over to Harden. Harden was looking for the inside pass to Thomas, didn't have it. That's Magistro for 3, and he makes it rain. Gio Magistro, he's leading the team with now 33 made 3s on the year. And Hartley with it now. He over to Holden. Holden inside to Stewart. Stewart tried to get it out to Samuels. Samuels comes up with it. Hartley pops a 3 off the backboard, won't go. Thomas off the rebound. He's pushing it up the court. He's got Lampkins Rudolph, who's going to go up, under, draw the foul. No, going to be called for the charge. That is not a blocking foul. He's going to be called for the charge. The Steelers take over, up 1. 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. That'll be Lampkins Rudolph first foul of the night. Samuels now bringing it up for the Steelers. And he gets it over to Hartley. Hartley split the double. Over to Holden. Holden for 3 off the back of the rim, won't go. Harden's got it. He's got a 3-on-1 break. He fakes the pass, went to go up, had it stripped, and a foul was called on the floor. The referee's going to say that Hartley reached around the back of Harden, trying to get his hands on the ball. Kennedy will have it underneath the hoop. On the inbound, Magistro gets it out to Thomas. Thomas, 3-point range, see you from Walmart, just off the front of the iron and out. Dejon Young off the rebound, he dribbles in, he won't get it to go. Rebound, Omar Stewart. Stewart to Samuels. Samuels pushing it up, he's got Holden on the right, and he's gonna go to him. Trey and Holden takes it down, up, under, off the backboard, too hard, won't go. Rebound falls into the hands of Thomas, stolen by Samuels. Samuels off the backboard, give him 2 more. And Rudolph now has it. That is Blaze with the ball now, as he's donning the number 10. Back out to Magistro. Magistro makes a move, gets the screen from Thomas over to Rudolph. Rudolph for three. Nope, just short. But Thomas flew down there to get the rebound, went up, and they're going to call a foul on the rebound. If there's a foul, there's a foul. Looked like a late call. Nonetheless, Thomas will be at the line for two. And Thomas will not make the first of his two. As Campbell comes out of the game, and Malachi Owens, new in from West Middlesex, he transferred in this year. I believe he's a junior. He's entered the game, and Thomas gets the second to go. And for the Steelers, Big Gary Satterwhite, the Duquesne commit for football, making his way into the game. Samuels will bring it up. The Steelers with a 2-point lead. And the ball inside to Holden. Went over to Satterwhite. Satterwhite to Hartley. Back inside to Satterwhite. Satterwhite using a body off the glass for two. And Rudolph now sends it over to Thomas. Thomas looking for the cross court to Magistro. Didn't have it. Went inside to Owens. Owens found a wide open Rudolph, who decided against taking the three. Went on the drive, and he'll draw a foul. And so far, almost 5 minutes into the first quarter, foul trouble is going to be a problem for the Steelers if they don't cool off a little bit. Christian Hartley will make his way to the bench. Nasir O'Kane will check in for the Steelers. Magistro has it. He gets it inbounded. That's Skylar Thomas. Thomas inside pass to Young. Young got bodied by Satterwhite. Satterwhite said, you ain't having it this time. Cross-court pass from Magistro. Found Thomas. Thomas to Lampkins Rudolph. Lampkins Rudolph cross-court. Magistro in the corner. Now that's Young. Young for three. Won't go. Rebound Holden. Holden has it for the Steelers. He's going to bring it up. Tree and Holden now. Through a double team now, found O'Kane. O'Kane went to Samuels, had it picked off by Young. Young on the drive, picks it up off the glass and drops it down nice and easy. The Golden Eagles with their 8th point of the night. And now, Lamont Samuels being doubled, needed some help. Timeout called prior to the pass. Coach Stewart going to take a 30-second timeout. Try to get his Steelers to calm down a little bit. The Steelers up 2, having a lot of pressure putting on them so far in the game, showing they can play through the pressure. That was a big problem when they played teams like Springdale. And when they played teams like Springdale, they would put that press on them, and it would kind of hurt them. They wouldn't be able to get out of it, and this, that, and the other. But tonight, the Golden Eagles are running and trapping, and even with the ball pressure on them, the Steelers are making good decisions. Just got to stay out of foul trouble, and the Steelers can win this one. 2:52 left to go in the first quarter, contrary to the scoreboard. 10-8 your score. Your Steelers are leading, and they will have the ball out of the timeout. And the inbound pass goes to Samuels. And Samuels immediately doubled. And foul called. Well, it looks like the referees will be heavy on the whistles tonight. Watch where your hand placement is, because if your pinky swipes the jersey, they're going to blow the whistle. And Holden now with it. He crosses the timeline, guarded by Young. Pass over to Samuels. He's going to be sent into a double. Got it back out to Holden. Nice decision-making there from Samuels. Holden now in the double, and he found his brother Jamin Holden, who's going to drive to the basket. Off the backboard, won't go. Rebound tipped out. Samuels comes up with it. Step back. Almost had it picked off. Almost had it taken away by Young. Found the inside pass to O'Kane. Back inside again. This time to Satterwhite. Off the glass. Won't go. Nice move. Couldn't get the finish. Thomas on the rebound. He's going to bring it up. He's guarded by Samuels. He jets around him. Looking to go straight up. Has it stripped out by Holden. Great defensive play by Tree and Holden for the Farrell Steelers. Dejon Young gets it off the inbound cross-court pass. Gio Magistro out there on an island. Luckily, Samuels was able to get over there. Lampkins Rudolph from the bottom corner there of your screen went for three, didn't get it, off the side of the backboard on the floater. That didn't go either. Jamin Holden on the rebound. He's double teamed. Lamont Samuels has it. He's pushing up. He's going to look like he was going to be double teamed. Oh, they say that there was a timeout called. Was there a timeout called? They said there was a timeout called prior to the inbound, but the Steelers have the ball. Anyways, questionable already. Lamont Samuels through the double team, found Satterwhite. Satterwhite over to Holden, back to Satterwhite, down underneath to Jamin Holden. Jamin Holden now finds his brother Trian Holden. He's going to drive off the glass, too far under, couldn't get it to go. Satterwhite couldn't pick it up. Magestro has it. He goes with an outlet pass for Young, too far ahead. The Steelers will take it back the opposite direction. Samuels now the inbounder. O'Kane will check out. Scarborough checks in. And Holden found Satterwhite. Satterwhite over to Jamin Holden. Back inside to Gary Satterwhite. Gary Satterwhite out to Lamont Samuels. That's over to Trian Holden. Back inside to Gary Satterwhite. Found Julian Scarborough in the dead spot for two. And Thomas on the drive. Little floater. Won't go. Malachi Owens on the rebound. He's got to fight for it. Ball out of bounds. Farrell ball. And Lamont Samuels now crossing the timeline as he passes to Hartley, and Hartley will take it across the timeline. Hartley back to Samuels. Samuels looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Whoa! Had Harden skating a little bit there, did Samuels. And now Hartley with it, trying to size up Magestro. Pass goes over to Samuels. Samuels gets it to Scarborough. Scarborough in the corner, guarded by Lampkins Rudolph. Scarborough making a little move. It's a floater, and it's swatted by Lampkins Rudolph. Lampkins Rudolph sent that ball into the section E on the wall. And now Holden gets it in to Hartley. Hartley behind the back, between the legs, doing some flashy moves. Magestro not phased. Jamin Holden now with it. He's guarded by Dejon Young. Jamin Holden looked like he was going to go inside. Decided to pass it out to Lamont Samuels. Samuels through the double team, got it to Hartley. Hartley found Satterwhite down low. Satterwhite over top of Skylar Thomas. Tried to go up with it, didn't get it. Thomas and Holden get tied up as Thomas attempted to push it up the court. 4-point lead for the Steelers. 13.7 left to go in the first quarter. Thomas inbounds it to Lampkins Rudolph as we now hit the 10-second mark. Lampkins Rudolph trying to push up. He has Harden out. Harden could have went for a three, didn't have it. Gio Magestro pulls the three. He won't get it to go. Lampkins Rudolph puts it up at the end of the quarter, and they're going to call a foul. So Lampkins Rudolph will be the solo man at the line. Everybody else will retreat to the bench as the quarter has ended. And Lampkins Rudolph will shoot two. Following that foul, Hartley will come up with three. Rudolph only gets one of his two free throws to go. We'll begin the second quarter here. Omar Stewart gets it in the tree and hold. I think had he waited a second longer, he would have had LJ go into the cup for an open layup, but decided against it. Jalen Richardson with the pass over to Samuels. Samuels now behind the back, trying to scoot and get a little bit of space from Harden. Ball goes back to Tree and Holden. Tree and Holden on the drive, had it knocked out of his hands by Rudolph, got it back. Samuels now with it, guarded still by Holden. Samuels on the drive, off the glass, won't go. Stewart tried to come down with it, tipped it rather than coming down with it. The ball sent over to the hands of Magestro, rains down a three, it won't go. Young comes down with it and one. And Young will not convert the three-point play. And now Scarborough with it. And it ends up into the hands of Richardson. And Richardson pass out to Scarborough. He thought about taking the three, didn't have it. Inside pass, found Richardson down low, and he threw it right into the hands of Harden. Not the best decision in that situation. Pass out was intended for Skylar Thomas. Out of bounds, they'll say it tipped off of Farrell. Kennedy will retain possession. And so Magestro will get the inbound to Thomas. Thomas to Lampkins. Rudolph, he got the mid-range to go. Elijah Harden going to be called for the foul. And so now, Lamont Samuels going to be tripped up crossing the timeline. They're going to call him for the travel. Thomas inbounds it to Rudolph. Over to Harden. Harden way downtown. Won't get it to go off the side of the iron. Young comes up with it. He's going to back it out. He's going to step in. He attempted to pull a three tree and Holden wasn't having it. Ball tips out of bounds. Off the hands of Harden last. And it'll go in the direction of the Farrell Steelers. And Holden to Holden and back to Holden off the inbound. And ball tipped up. Magestro comes down with it. Outside pass to Harden. He throws it up off the backboard and in. And Coach Stewart will call a timeout. Not happy at all with the production from the Steelers and especially the defensive side of the ball. Kennedy Catholic won the previous meeting at Kennedy Catholic by 34. Tonight, having a little bit of a hard time trying to get the Steelers to go away. The Steelers say, hey, you might kill us the first time, but this time we know what you got, and we're going to make adjustments, and we are going to win this game. The Steelers find themselves down 3, 2 minutes in to the second quarter. I'm sure Coach Stewart has the adjustments ready, and for Coach Golub, I'm sure, he's not very happy with his defense either. Just now taking a lead did his offense, and I'm sure, he's going to have some words for the defense, to say the least. Although he does not seem to be as animated as Coach Mancino was, he still gets the job done. The Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles are 13-2 walking into the night, and it's not easy to do that coming off a year with off the year with a brand new first-year head coach. But Lamont Samuels will walk it up for the Steelers. And there immediately the Golden Eagles are running and trapping. Trent Holden ends up with it. Gary Satterwhite, he had Omar Stewart down low, just missed him. And Samuels tried to get it to Holden. He's trying to force the ball. Turnover. Harden takes it for 2 more. The Steelers got to stop forcing the ball. Lamont Samuels over to Jamin Holden. Jamin Holden trying to find somebody. He went up for Stewart. It ends up in the hands of Satterwhite. Go up, Big G. Off the backboard. It fell. Foul called on the floor. So the shot will not count. 17-14 the score. And Trent Holden gets the inbound to Lamont Samuels. Although I think that's supposed to be 17-12. Yeah, they corrected it on the scoreboard. Lamont Samuels got through the double team, found Omar Stewart. Jamin Holden on the backdoor cut, off the glass, and a charge! Questionable charge call there. Kennedy Catholic will take over. 5:23 left to go in the half. Some questionable calls on both sides of the ball here early. And Farrell started off hot, have cooled down thus far, have not scored in the last 2 minutes or so here to begin the second quarter. The ball was inbounded and the clock never started. The ball was inbounded, the clock was at 5:23. Kennedy got the ball all the way up to the 3-point line, and the clock was still at 5:23. So the referee, at the referee's discretion, we will drop the clock to 5:17. And Kennedy will inbound it, and we will attempt to do this again. Scoreboard malfunctioning seeming to be a trend for Kennedy, as they had to go through that a few nights ago at Sharpsville. Lampkins Rudolph gets it over to Magestro. Magestro back out to Harden. The Steelers coming at you in a 2-1-2. And inside pass to Thomas. He got a mid-range, and he got nothing but net. And now Holden going to bring it up for the Steelers. Oh, he was across the timeline. Luckily, he got it across to Satterwhite. Satterwhite gets it back to Holden. Holden got the pressure put on him here by Lampkins Rudolph. Holden, they're going to be called for a travel. The first quarter, it was all about fouls. In this quarter thus far, it's all about turnovers. And if Kennedy is able to take advantage of these turnovers, as they were in the previous meeting, they could blow this thing wide open. Lampkins Rudolph now up, takes a step inside the 3-point line, decides against it, pass out to Magestro, back to Rudolph, back out to Magestro, and back to Rudolph. Rudolph sends it over to Harden. Harden had a long shot 3. That's Magestro with a mid-range. He got it to go. Holden now with it. 21-12 is the score. Satterwhite has it. He's being doubled. He had Holden for help. Cross court to the opposite Holden. That's Jamin. Jamin tried to force it to Lamont Samuels and had it stolen. Gio Magestro almost had it taken away by Omar Stewart. Cross court pass. That's Dejon Young chalking up a 3. It won't go. Omar Stewart with it. He's got a big outlet pass. That's Trent Holden. He's going down there with Dejon Young, who swats it out. And so the Steelers will have it underneath their own basket. And the inbound goes to Lamont Samuels. Lamont Samuels going to get a screen from Omar Stewart. Stewart rolled off the screen, and Samuels just lost possession. It ends up into the hands of Malachi Owens. Dejon Young has it. Skylar Thomas down low. Young goes up. He gets another foul. I mean, there's some fouls you got to call, but at what point, I mean, if their jerseys touch each other by force of wind, they're calling a foul. Young does not get the first of the two to fall. And the second will not go either. Samuels now with it, gets it to Scarborough. Scarborough now in a 2-on-3 situation, needs to get it back out. Almost had it tipped out by Harden, who knocked it off of Coach Golub's head and out of bounds. The Steelers need to get back in the game. Inbound pass to Stewart. If the ball's a little bit closer to the hoop, if you lead him to the hoop, he has a wide open layup. Scarborough has it off the backboard, won't go. Lampkins Rudolph now has it, and he's on a break. 2-on-2, evened up, through his legs. Harden comes up with a little floater. He gets it to fall. What are the odds of a... Samuels with it, and he's dribbling through the entire Kennedy team with no help. Finally, a foul is called, and the Steelers will have it on the sideline. Jalen Richardson will check in. Gary Satterwhite will check out. And Coach Bob Stewart will call a 30-second timeout. With the score, 23-12. The Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles lead your Farrell Steelers. 3:05 left to go in the half. So here we go. 3:05 left to go in the half. The Steelers find themselves down 11. Scarborough with it. He's doubled. He forces it out to Trean Holden. Trean Holden had Jalen Richardson inside, or excuse me, on the outside, went inside to Omar Stewart, who went up for the dunk. And a late foul called. Stewart going to shoot two. The referees are going to converge. What is there to talk about? Well, I guess this is why they are the officials and I am not. So the referees are going to confer. And a long conversation. I mean, I don't think we have instant replay. Unless somebody called New York and I didn't know about it. My sources tell me no.
Basket good by Stewart.
So the refs are going to say the basket was good, and I'm guessing they're going to call a goaltend. That how they from basketball knowledge, that's the only way I can see them counting the basket good is on a goaltend. So the score will now be 23-14. Stewart putting up two more. Harden now with it. Over to Thomas. Thomas to Magestro. Magestro thought about taking a three, and I've seen him make them out there before. Outside to Harden. Harden across the baseline. Little floater. Got it to fall. Elijah Harden coming out here cooking with the floaters. Jalen Richardson needs something to do with the ball. Tried to get Samuels, almost tipped out of bounds. Samuels pushing it, splits the double. He's got some room. He's got Stewart. Stewart on the way and puts it in for two. All right, Steelers. Dejan Young, cross court. Here's Elijah Harden, who thought about taking a three, and then Jalen Richardson put a hand in his face. Gio Magestro with the ball back out to Elijah Harden. He's trying to get something to go. Cross court, Skylar Thomas. That is from way downtown and way off the mark. Trean Holden picking it up, and now Richardson with it. Up to Stewart. Samuels. Samuels for three. It won't go. Tied up on the rebound are Stewart and Thomas. Foul will be called. The foul will be called on Omar Stewart. And we have hit 10 fouls, so the Golden Eagles are in the double bonus. And Thomas, I do believe is who Stewart fouled on the push. Yes, will shoot 2. Thomas, 1 for 1 on the night, 1 for 2 on the night. And for the season, 71% from the charity stripe. And he makes the first. A little bit of a slow night for Thomas. That's just his 4th point of the night. Of course, he leads the team this year in points per game, 15.7 throughout 15 games in the season. The Golden Eagles are 13-2, 2 losses coming to Hickory and back in December to Newcastle. The Steelers looking to make it 3 tonight, but they'll need to overcome what has now become a 10-point deficit. Jamin Holden with it now. He's going to push it up, and he gets it out to Richardson. Richardson now needs some help. He's double teamed. He needs some help. Went up, under. Whoa, that would have been nice. Couldn't finish. Malik Lampkins-Rudolph has Dejon Young, who comes up between the legs. Had Skylar Thomas and went through Thomas's legs. Great pass. Richardson has it. Over to Samuels. Samuels off the glass. It goes in. The referee waves it off. They're going to say the foul was prior to the shot, and he waves the basket off. The Steelers will have it out of bounds underneath their own hoop. Inbound to Trian Holden. Lamont Samuels with it now. Holden directing traffic, telling him to go to the top of the key. Samuels is double teamed. He needs some help. He had to throw something up, and he threw it right to Malik Lampkins-Rudolph, who gets it up to Dejon Young. Off the glass, won't go. Gio Magistro picking it up. He needs somebody else. He got Young again. Young goes up this time. He gets fouled. 1:10 left to go in the half. 10-point lead for the Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagles in the double bonus. The Steelers are in the single bonus. And the first free throw will go for Young. Dejon Young, of course, 72% from the line this year. And he misses the second. So now, Nasir O'Kane getting it over to Lamont Samuels, over to Trian Holden. Trian Holden up, under, got it to fall somehow or another. I ain't mad at you. Get something to fall. Let's get some points on the board. Lampkins-Rudolph over to Harden. Back over to Lampkins-Rudolph, who gets it to Magistro. Back over to Lampkins-Rudolph. Inside pass goes to Young. Young went up. Oh, that time he had it sent back by Gary, and he called a foul. And you can hear it, the crowd not happy, and quite frankly, neither am I. You'd had a better chance of calling a foul on the first shot Young took than the second shot that was rejected by Satterwhite. And Coach Golub will take a 30-second timeout. And so Trian Holden now inbounding for the Steelers. And he almost has it taken away by Young. Holden gets it to Samuels. Samuels pushing it up. He had some room, was looking for Satterwhite, had it tipped out of the air. Satterwhite falls on it, ripped away by Magistro. Magistro has Harden. O'Kane trying to get up there, couldn't stop the bucket. Harden hits double digits, the first Golden Eagle to hit double digits on the night with 10. And now Samuels, guarded by Harden. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Illegal screen called. Kennedy takes over. And 5 seconds, Rudolph with it, over to Harden. Harden at the buzzer, won't go. Thomas puts it up again, still won't go. 30-18 your score at the half. A half that was clouded with some questionable officiating. But again, they're the refs, we are not. We're here to enjoy the game, and a good game it has been. A 12-point lead for the Golden Eagles at half. Elijah Harden leading them with 10-point scoring. I'll have more in-depth stats for you when we come back a little bit early before the end of the halftime break. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, back from the halftime break. The score is 30-18 as we prepare to head into the second half of this heavyweight matchup. And the inbound goes to Malik Rudolph. Back to Skylar Thomas. Thomas over to Dejon Young. Back to Thomas. Thomas goes to the opposite wing. That's Elijah Harden. Harden had Rudolph in the dead spot, missed him. Out to Majestra, who's at the top of the key. He takes a step, passes over to Harden. Harden for three, won't go. And a tip out and threw it off the back of Young. And they'll say Kennedy retains possession. I don't know how you get called out of bounds in midair. If somebody can explain that to me, there's a prize reward. Magestro with it. Over to Lampkins Rudolph. He thought about taking the three, second guessed it. That's Magestro. He did take the three. He put it down. And Hartley with it now. Over to Holden. Samuels, back to Hartley. Hartley makes a step, forcing Magestro to guard him. Went up, foul on the floor called. And the inbound goes way out to Hartley. Way out by the F at center court. Hartley, a little bit of a dribble. Over to Trean Holden, who's going to take it on a drive. Kick it out to Jamin Holden. Back out to Christian Hartley. Hartley on the drive. He's got it. Off the glass. Won't go. Right side of the rim and out. Thomas with it. Outlet pass goes to Harden. Harden won't get to go for two. And Holden came down over the back of Lampkins Rudolph, who just sat there and took it for the foul. And Rudolph will make the first of two. His fourth point on the night. The second will not go. And it'll be Steeler ball. Samuels with it. He's pushing it up the court. That's Hartley. Hartley gets it up to Holden. He had his brother Trean, waited 2 seconds too late. Knocked it out of bounds off the foot of Lampkins Rudolph. The Steelers will retain possession. And now Samuels with it, goes inside to Trean Holden. Trean Holden had the opportunity for three, just missed his window on the drive, and the referee calls it off for a foul. And Christian Hartley gets the inbound. Almost tipped there by Magestro, but did not get a hand on it. Hartley out to Samuels. 34-18 is your score. 6:05 left to go in the third. Samuels on the drive. Got Harden off of him, had a step back, didn't get it to go. Hartley on the rebound and one! The lead drops from 16 to 14, and Hartley has an opportunity for the three-point play to make it 13. As the Steelers try to mount a little bit of a third quarter comeback. And the shot off the front iron, off the back iron, and rolls down in. Lampkins Rudolph will bring it up now for the Steelers. And foul called yet again. Why am I not surprised? What they say goes, and I have to agree. Lampkins Rudolph getting the inbound. Pushes it up across the timeline. He's going to drive down. Hartley stepped over. That's Magistro for three. Dial it up. Automatic. Magistro with his third tray. He came into the night leading the team with 32. He's got 35 on the season. That's a cross-court pass. That's Jamin Holden. He pulls a three. Oh, tried to answer back. Didn't get a hand on it. Did Hartley. Thomas has it. Pass up. That is Young. Stop. Pop. Got it to roll in. Dejon Young picking up two more. And a timeout for Coach Bob Stewart as the Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles have raced out to a 39-21 lead with 5:13 left to go in the third quarter. And here we are, back out of the timeout. 5:13 left to go in the third quarter, 39-21. The Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles racing out to an 18-point lead. Trying to build on this thing. Trian Holden, baseball pass for Christian Hartley, and he went sliding as if he was sliding in the home plate. Just a little too much mustard, and as we used to say back in grade school, not enough ketchup. So the Golden Eagles will take over with only 1 second removed out of the timeout. Rudolph, trying to get Samuels to go skating. And he's got Harden in the corner. Harden didn't want the three, passed out to Skylar Thomas. Thomas found Young in the dead spot, up under, off the rim, will not go, gets his own rebound, puts it in for two. Dejon Young with 12 on the night. Lamont Samuels dribbling through the double team as he has done multiple times here tonight. Now in a man-to-man guard by Elijah Harden. Harden putting the pressure on Samuels. Samuels goes all the way himself. He was in the motion of shooting. Are they going to give him the shooting foul? They're going to call it on the floor. And they're going to call it on the floor. Jamin Holden will take it out. Kennedy Catholic taking an 18-point lead, moving it up to 20 with that last bucket there by Dejon Young. And now Holden. Trian Holden going to inbound to, inbound there to Kai. And Gio Magistro picking the ball up off the ground. I'm going to say he fouled Trian Holden. And Coach Dustin Golub is visibly frustrated with the calls from the refs. And it seems like there have been a lot of whistles blown. I won't say they were consistent, but I will say there was a lot of whistles blown on both sides. But I will not say they were consistent. There is a difference between the two. Lamont Samuels has it behind the timeline, looking to do something here for the Steelers, guarded heavily by Harden. Samuels off his back foot, puts it up and in, and they're going to say he traveled prior to the shot. The Golden Eagles take over. And now Dejon Young with it. He goes back out to Lampkins Rudolph, who gets it over to Thomas. Thomas, inside pass, found Lampkins Rudolph mid-range, got it to fall for two more. Malik Lampkins Rudolph putting a little bit of pep in his step here in the second half. Christian Hartley, guarded by Skylar Thomas, gets the screen by Omar Stewart, but Hartley had already lost his dribble. Hartley now goes and sets a screen for Samuels. Samuels got an inside screen, and up off the glass and in for two is Lamont Samuels Jr. And now the pass to the corner. That's Dejon Young. He's going to go up. He's going to be fouled by Trian Holden. Shot won't fall. Young will step to the line for two. And the first of two will not go. Dejon Young, and I know I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but that's 72% free throw shooting average. Definitely going to take a drop after tonight, but he makes the second. Dejon Young with a team leading 13 points here tonight for the Golden Eagles as they are out to what has become a 21-point lead. That's Christian Hartley in the corner. He pops a three. Didn't even come close to the rim. And Malik Lampkins-Rudolph had it taken out of his hands by Kylan Wilson. Skylar Thomas came up with it, and they're going to say travel prior to the shot. 3:14 left to go in the third quarter. The possession arrow in favor of the Steelers, contrary to the scoreboard. The Steelers with 3 team fouls thus far. The Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles with 6. Trian Holden with it. He's got Kylan Wilson on the mid-range jumper, and that is nothing but net. It went down so clean, the net barely moved. Malik Lampkins-Rudolph now going to bring it up. And he hits Dejon Young way out to Elijah Harden. He had a three. It won't go. Skylar Thomas, he has the option for the three, decides to go inside to Malachi Owens. Malachi Owens guarded heavily by Omar Stewart, won't get it to go. He got his own rebound, gets called as he was falling. Keyword, falling down on the court. The foul will go on Trian Holden. That'll be his third of the night. Malachi Owens to the line for two. The first of two will not fall. Malachi Owens from the line gets the second to go. And now Hartley pushing up the court, guarded by Thomas. A little bit of a step back, pull back, didn't have it, nothing. Sets the screen for Samuels. Samuels elects against it. Samuels now sending Kylan Wilson down, has Julian Scarborough taken away by Malik Lampkins-Rudolph, who almost lost the dribble himself. Lampkins-Rudolph going all the way up, under, between. Multiple Steelers didn't have it. That's Satterwhite. He's got Hartley. Hartley all the way, and Young sends it to the bench. Dejon Young sending that shot all the way over into the cheerleaders' laps. The Steelers retain possession underneath their own basket. Samuels will be the inboundman. And Samuels is going to have an inbound to Scarborough. Rudolph got tripped up. Pass out to Hartley. Hartley over to Samuels. Samuels dials up a three just off the outside iron. That's Dejon Young coming up, and he finger rolls it, and it rolls right back off the rim. Gary Satterwhite with it. Back over to Hartley to save a dribble and a turnover. Hartley pushing it up. The Steelers down 20. A minute 52 left to go in the third. Christian Hartley trying to get something going for the Steelers. And he's going to drive. He kicks out to Julian Scarborough, who kicks it out to Samuels. Lamont Samuels Jr. with it now, guarded by Elijah Harden. Up, floater, front iron, no. Rebound Malachi Owens, falls into the hands of Hartley, out to Scarborough. Scarborough puts it up, it won't go. Tipped out, Harden on the break. He's got Kylan Wilson down there with him. Wilson tried to send it, jumped instead onto the arm of Harden. Harden to the line for two. 45-25 is the score. A minute 22 left to go in the third, as Elijah Harden will step up to the line for his set of 2. Harden shooting 56%, and it'll drop a little following that miss. Elijah Harden in the first half led the Golden Eagles in scoring with 10, yet to score here in the third. And he misses both of the free throws, so our lead remains at 20 for the Golden Eagles. Samuels pushing it up, he's got room. He's being double teamed. That room evaporated quickly. And Satterwhite and Samuels have it that we're both on the same team, which will force Coach Stewart to call a timeout. And back to the drawing board for the Steelers. 65 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And now, Nasir O'Kane. And he gets it into Lamont Samuels. Samuels crosses the timeline with it. He has Hartley. Hartley drives baseline. Up, over, won't go. No Eagle can come up with it that time. They do get the rebound. Lampkins Rudolph pushing it up, gets it to Thomas. Thomas on the drive, inside up, left hand, won't go. Lampkins Rudolph tried to put it in, it won't go either. Nasir O'Kane has it. Christian Hartley was way down court for the baseball pass. Couldn't get it to him, lost his dribble. Satterwhite has it, finds Hartley. Hartley pushing it up the court now into a 3-on-2 situation, passes back out to Nasir O'Kane, and we are going to take it from a setup offense. Samuels now with it. He drives, goes through between Lampkins, Rudolph, and Harden, won't fall. Satterwhite comes down with it off the board, Big G for 2 more. And Harden drives, midi, nothing but net. Elijah Harden gets nothing but net. 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. 3, 2, 1, you gotta throw something up, and Kennedy will be way late on their shot. So at the end of the third quarter, the Golden Eagles maintain a 20-point lead, 47-27. Heading into the fourth quarter, Elijah Harden has 12. Gio Magestro with 11. 9 of those 11 points, 3 3-pointers. 9 of those points coming from way downtown. Dejon Young with 13. He leads the Golden Eagles in scoring. For the Steelers, Christian Hartley added 5 thus far in the game, and he leads his team in scoring. Can the Steelers come back from what is starting to begin to look like an insurmountable lead into the fourth quarter? And so the Steelers will have the inbound to begin the fourth and final quarter of regulation. Stewart being triple teamed and no Steeler getting near him to help. Somebody could have ran down to the dead spot, wide open island there on the floor if you must. Holden drives, baseline up, fouled by Young. He'll step to the line for 2. airballed at? The first of two is airballed. Or excuse me, that was the second shot. The second of two is airballed after the first missed. Dejon Young pushing it up the court. Little bit of a step back midi. Nothing but net. Ooh, it looks so pretty. Trean Holden pushing it up the court. He's got space. Pull back off the glass. Got it to go for two. And pass ends up into the hands of Elijah Harden. 3-ball. And he got it to fall. Kennedy Catholic shooting at will right now. And shot is put up. Foul called on the floor prior to the shot. So Trean Holden will step to the line for the Steelers. Holden is a 38% free throw shooter through 9 games. The Steelers only played 9 games due to COVID-19. Thomas will get the missed free throw rebound. Young all the way up. Finger roll into the rim and it fell. It looks so pretty. Trean Holden trying to make something happen on Skylar Thomas. He got some room, had it. Off the glass, won't go. Kylan Wilson steps in to save the day. Lamont Samuels has his shot tipped into the air by Dejon Young. 54-29 your score. 6:45 remaining. Elijah Harden pushing it up. And Kylan Wilson comes from behind and taps it out of bounds. And Gio Magestro from the corner, nothing but space, just missed it. Dejon Young picks it up, had nothing but teammates down low, puts it up for 2 more. Dejon Young now leading the Eagles, continuing to keep his hot streak alive. Kylan Wilson drives down, puts 2 more up on the board. Dejon Young with a team leading 19 points tonight thus far. Nasir O'Kane has it for the Steelers. He gives it over to Trean Holden, who checked back in. Holden driving through double teams, going up off the glass and in, and a foul called prior to, which means instead of getting the shot and an and one, Holden will step to the line for a 1 and 1. So Holden will step up here, has to make the first to earn the second. And he'll make the first, which earns him the second. Lampkins Rudolph going to check in. Nick Ondo checking out. And he made the first, earned the second, missed the second. Thomas with the rebound, kicks it out to Harden as he was falling out of bounds. Harden pushing it up and got it over to Young. Young got 2 more. He's got 21 on the night. Dejon Young primed for a career high in points. And the coach will get a warning. Coach Golub will get a warning. I'm sure he is not happy about that. So he doesn't get as animated. He's not stomping. He's not throwing chairs or clipboards, but he will be forced to sit down for the remainder of the game. Speaking of, they did give him a technical. At first it seemed that he was only going to get a warning and be told to sit down, but he gets the technical. He will still have to sit down. But speaking of throwing chairs and clipboards and markers or whatever else you can get your hands on, former boys basketball coach of Kennedy, Rick Mancino, tonight was voted by the Sharpsville board 9-0 to become the interim head coach for the Sharpsville girls basketball team. And so following the technical foul, Trian Holden will put it up and inbound it. That's Stewart. Stewart wanted to get to Hartley, went through the hands of Magestro, ended up with Hartley, and Hartley falls on it, out of bounds. Kennedy ball. Did LJ make both of those? And so Thomas gets it into Young. Young pushing it up the court. Nothing but room. Wow. Spin move left hand. Excuse me, spin move right hand left side. Won't get it to go. He'll step to the line for 2. Dejan Young won't get it to fall. So 58-34, your score, 5:37 remaining in regulation. The second shot does fall. Young got 22 on the night. Double dose. Substitution for the shooter, I believe. Or Farrell substitution. Nonetheless, Samuels has it, goes down, and gets fouled by Thomas.
Foul on Thomas, his third. Team 10.
The first half, this game has been a tale of two halves. In the first half, it looked like Farrell was a few turnovers and rebounds away from upsetting Kennedy following a 34-point loss. And this half, it looks like they are primed to repeat that 34-point loss. Samuel's going to try to avoid that by making the first of his 2 free throws. And the second falls as well. Gio Magestro wide open, 2 more. And at this point, the Golden Eagles are just running it up. The Steelers, at this point, I will safely say this lead has become insurmountable. Lampkins-Rudolph gets the steal. Magestro with it. Back to Lampkins-Rudolph on the drive, picks it up above his head, and floats it up for 2. Hartley now bringing it up the court for the Steelers. Down 27. O'Kane on the floater. It won't go. Lampkins-Rudolph comes down with it. He's doubled and a foul called. Foul called, so we will head to the 1-and-1. Lampkins-Rudolph to shoot. So in all likelihood, the Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles will go to 14-2 on the year, as they will head tomorrow night to Reynolds. Or excuse me, Reynolds will head to Kennedy tomorrow night. Kennedy will be in action at their home court, their home gym, against Reynolds with a 14-2 record. And the Steelers will lock and reload at 3-7. Lampkins-Rudolph gets the first of 2 free throws and make it both. 2 of 2 from the line. And for Lampkins-Rudolph, that's what you would expect from a 69% free throw shooter. And now Samuels sizing it up over to Hartley. Hartley cross court to Holden. Holden, 1 dribble up off the glass and in. Trian Holden's got 9. Yeah, inside pass intended for Harden. Didn't get to him the first time. Picked it up off the floor. Got it that time. Elijah Harden has 17 on the night. A quiet 17 due to Dejon Young pretty much carrying the heavy load, putting up 22, but Elijah Harden making an impact in a night where Skylar Thomas just couldn't get many shots to fall. Still out there. Couldn't get many shots to fall. Relegated to 4 points thus far on the night. Jamin Holden puts it up, and foul called on Jamin Holden for a charge. And the shot goes up, and it won't fall. Referee stops play. And now we have another referee congregation. Somebody want to tell me what this is about? Technical foul on Farrell. Okay, but who is the technical foul on? I'm not sure if it was Coach Stewart or if it was a player. I want to say it was a player because Coach Stewart is not sitting down. Had he got a technical, he'd be relegated to his seat a la Dustin Gola. But Harden will drop both of the free throws. Maybe it was, I'm not sure. Maybe it was Holden that got teed up. I'm not completely sure. But I do know it was not Bob Stewart. Is now Malik Rudolph here trying to get a move, and Lamont Samuel's going to be called for the push. And the Golden Eagles with a 31-point lead. 30-point lead means running clock, so that's why the clock is running. Well, it was running and up until the free throw. And Coach Golub is going to send in his bench, give his starters a break, well, take his starters out for presumably what will be the night. And, you know, you've seen guys coming in and off the court for the Golden Eagles, but got to give it to Skylar Thomas. This is his first break of the night. He had played all game up until about this point. Well-earned breather for him. Played a lot of defense, didn't have a lot of points on the board, definitely had some assists, definitely facilitated the offense. Joey Pickney on the rebound, he's going to put it up, wasn't even close. Nasir O'Kane on the comeback layup on the break for two. And now Samir Wade pushing it up, and he's going to have it sent out of there. Big Gary Satterway said, a la Dikembe Mutombo. Inbound pass, that's Joey Pickney for three, and that was very far off the mark, to be nice about it. Samuel's going to push it up. The Kennedy defense not even paying attention, but now Ondo is going to step up to guard Samuels. Samuels on the drive, threw it off of his own ankle, not foot, or it would have been a kick ball. Ripping away, had to put some type of shot up. Goes through the hands of Satterway out to Hartley. Hartley over to O'Kane for three. Oh, couldn't dial it up. Hartley gets it back, looking out. That's Trent Holden. Give me three. Won't go. Rebound, Eagles. And they'll bring it up with 2:09 remaining in regulation. Well, in the game, in all likelihood. 29-point lead as timeout called for Coach Golub and the Eagles. Julian Scarborough will check in. Not quite sure who's coming out. It looks like Christian Hartley will be taking the seat. Coach Golub takes a full 60-second timeout. We'll be back after the break. So here we go. Nick Ondo will inbound the ball out of the break. Samir Wade on the drive. Out to the corner. That's Joey Pickney now on the drive, and he's going to go up, and he scores. Joey Pickney gets his layup to fall, his first bucket of the night. Kennedy back out to 31 for the lead. Scarborough with it back over to O'Kane. As we approach 90 seconds left to go in the game, that's Kylan Wilson. Back over to O'Kane. O'Kane, one step, mid-range, pop, won't go. Tipped out, found its way into the hands of Pickney. Samir Wade pushing it up the court. The Golden Eagles on the break, going to slow it down. Ball goes back to Pickney. Pickney fires up a three. It's an air ball. Blaze Campbell puts it up. It's another air ball. And a jump ball will be called. Possession, Kennedy. So Kennedy will retain with 60 seconds remaining in the game. 31-point lead on a night that Dejon Young made the Steelers remember his name. 22 points on the night. Elijah Harden right behind him with 19. Gio Magestro only had 13, but 9 of them came from downtown. Samir Wade for three, won't go. Nasir O'Kane on the rebound. Nasir O'Kane pushing it up. He's got Kylan Wilson. Elects to pass to Wilson down low off the rim, won't go. Samir Wade now with it. He's going to push it up. He's got space guarded now by Julian Scarborough. Trying to get around Scarborough, didn't have it. Inside pass to Campbell. Campbell's going to be swatted by Satterwhite, but fouled in the process. And with 18 seconds remaining, they still have not stopped the clock. It is a running clock except for free throw. Now they stop the clock at 13.3 left to go in the game. 13.3 left to go, and in all likelihood, it looks like Campbell will look to make this a 33-point victory for the Golden Eagles, who will go to 14-2 and be at home tomorrow night against the Reynolds Raiders. And the second shot goes. So 32 points will be the lead and the final. So the Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles do what they needed to do best. They came in here tonight into the EJ and they handled business. All behind Dejon Young's 22-point outing. And, well, he had a great compliment in Elijah Harden, who put up 19. Gio Magestro, 3 threes, way downtown. Skylar Thomas did a lot of facilitating on the defensive end of the floor. Overall, great game for the Golden Eagles. For the Steelers, Trian Holden tried all he could. He had 9 himself. He tried to get some assists in there. Turnovers, fouls, and just overall, just bad execution for the Steelers tonight. So the Steelers dropped to 3-7. And the Steelers will be coming to you, I believe, Monday. I'm not sure. I think it might be Monday or Tuesday that they play again as they attempt to cram all these games in here following their COVID stoppage. Well, that'll do it here tonight from the E.J. McCluskey Gymnasium. The Kennedy Catholic Golden Eagles 72, your Farrell Steelers 40. Good night.